Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars Week 46 Day 1. It is a brown day. It has felt like forever since we have had a Guild War day. The main reason for this is, or at least for me, feeling like that, is this is actually the first Guild War of this current version of the game. Because the other Guild War, basically the patch came out the day after the final Guild War day. So basically, we have yet to have a single Guild War yet that had Doomskulls, not even the 10% from the sky, and also this is the first one to have pets. So what's pretty relevant about this, of course, is there are a lot of new pets now that give us additional bonuses for each one of these days. So for example, we're gaining a bunch of additional brown for a day like today. Oops, that's not the one I meant to go under. But if we go under Guild Wars, Battle, Fights, and if we go under here, you can see that we're actually getting quite a bit of extra armor. We would normally only be gaining 4, but now we're gaining, HP, sorry. I keep hitting against armor because he's a rock. But yeah, we're getting a bunch of extra HP today because it's brown day. And normally that would only be +4, but we're actually getting +5 extra for a total of 9 because we have a 2.25 little rock golem thingy, Rocky or whatever he's called. So yeah, we're also getting some extra armor attack. That's already standard though, but yeah, that's kind of new, the fact that we don't have that. And of course we have Doomskulls, not only the 10% from the sky, but actual Doomskull creators. So we're going to be trying this. I'm going Gorgulfa, Glaceon, Doomclaw, and King Bloodhammer. Basically the same team I normally use, except different banner, and instead of Apothecary that is very helpful to the team, we will unfortunately have to use a Doomclaw. It's the only thing we could use on this team to cover every color. If you don't have a Doomclaw, you could do Sylvanese Moore, you could do Emperor Corvash, you could do a Summoner, but put something there. But basically, it's the exact same team, just with a different thing instead of Apothecary. It's quite a bit weaker this way, obviously. Ideally, you'd want Apothecary or some kind of other setup. I guess technically one other thing we could do is put King Highforge and last slot, and do a Gorgulfa, King Bloodhammer, Glaceon, and the Highforge there. That will make it so we have a Summoner, and also make it so he starts with half mana, so we can 2-turn him to full mana. But I'll be going with this strategy, and basically rush Gorgulfa into Glaceon, into Doomclaws, into hopefully get Devours, and just hopefully destroy it. Could even consider using this in first slot. The big issue with that, though, is if they have mana drain, that would completely fail, especially a Scion. And the other issue with that would be that he might die too quickly. He doesn't actually have any skull resistances, so until he gets his first Devour, he doesn't really have any good durability on him. But yeah, we'll end up getting Enrages off of him as well, which can, of course, play into our things. We don't have any Brown to go and do that. Oh, wait, never mind. I forgot. He doesn't do it on Brown. He does it based on extra turn. So we're actually going to be able to get a lot of Enrages off of this that will hopefully hit our Gorgulfa, and that will do even more damage, because that does stack with the Doomskull. So if we, for example, were to do 40 damage, and we were to have that additional 5, that 1.5 times damage would stack with that. So each Doomskull is basically 2.5 additional damage. When we are enraged on the Gorgulfa. And of course we'll be hitting several Doomskulls every single time whenever we go and do that. But yeah, we did end up switching up all of our defend teams the other day, as you guys may have seen from the previous stream. I actually took a pretty good portion of that previous stream to go over. I think it was like half the stream was kind of going over just defense, revamping them and all that. But this is our current 6 that we're going for. The Mercy Diviner, these are defense, of course. Make sure that they're all unique, whatever you do happen to go for. But for day 1, Mercy Diviner and Furnace Diviner Spala for brown day. For yellow day, of course, basically just always use Spirit Fox. I'm just running Drain Spam, Scion, Ragnarok, Famine, Spirit Fox. Same thing as before, except now a more legitimate Drain Spam. Here I'm doing Goblin Team, except instead of a Siren, I'm running the new Ice Goblin to see how he pans out. Of course, standard red day right there, nothing new there. As far as the green day, pretty standard as well, though, of course, replace out Kraken with Dawnbringer if you don't mind switching your hero class for it. And the one I'm probably the most interested about is how this one will fend the current blue day. The Glaceon, Cockatrice, Captain Skullbeard, and King Bloodhammer. Basically the team we're using now, except revamped for defend so that the AI will hopefully use it correctly. So we'll see how that pans out. Of course, it's somewhat counter blue because he has the blue convert. Of course, we're creating blues as well, but hopefully that won't be too big a deal. Anyways, that's all that. Let's go into the actual battles now and see how this pans out. Normally, brown day is my day I generally have like almost 100% win rate on. You've got to be kidding me. Really? Really? We just started. Oh, wait. That does remind me. I should probably switch my banner to that, shouldn't I? Here's a good idea. Let me actually go double brown, because if we lose our Gorgulfa, I'm actually going to need... We don't have any mana then. And he's not going to be denying our yellow, so... Most people wouldn't bother running a Spirit Fox on this current day, so we will actually go switch into double brown. We're pretty much just going to mirror him, except we're using the pure brown version, whereas he's, of course, using the pretty standard version of it, just with a slightly different banner than what I would normally use. But in this context, since we don't really need to go and give a +1, normally what I do is like the, there's a couple different banners, but like a +2 brown, +1 blue, -1 purple. But in this context, I don't really need that because the main thing we really just need is the browns, and there's no point in giving a +1. On this team, it does, because it's really nice to give that apothecary +1, so at 2 turns. But of course, we don't have apothecary there now due to it being restricted on browns. Anyways, one last double check. It is indeed a brown day, so let's get into it then. This is going to be really odd, but yeah. First, Guild Wars with Doomskulls. Let's not get completely obliterated. Also, hello everyone. Hello William. Hello Danny. Hello TJ. Hello Danny. Hello Sea Dog. Hello Steve. Hello Matt. Hello Ravage. Hello Captain. Hello Dragon Ball Z. Hello Gonzalo. Hello Max. And hello Marcelo. Welcome everyone. Welcome. I spent an hour changing teams, then logged off, logged back in, and they were different now. There used to be an issue with saving. From my understanding, everything does save correctly now. But, I guess not. From what I've been seeing, it has been saving correctly as of recently. But I guess the glitch is still around on occasion. It used to happen a lot in the past. I haven't actually seen it for quite a while now, but I guess it's still lingering around on occasion. Would Corvash work in place of Doomclaw? Yes, you could use either Sylvania Mora, Corvash, or Summoner there. Would all be viable options in replacement of the Doomclaw if you don't have one. Because I know most of you probably wouldn't have one. He's not really that good of a mythic. And there's really no need to go out of your way for it. The only reason you would have a Doomclaw is if you randomly got it off of a key. Which most people probably haven't. Okay, we'll go and just take a yellow here. That should be full mana. Even without the banner, it doesn't really matter for that. Hopefully this Gorgulfa gets us going. It really comes down to who gets going first. We'll decide what will really happen in this battle. So every extra turn we do get an Enrage. Ideally, I'd want to explode all this, but it doesn't look like we have any kind of guaranteed chance over here. So that'd be way too risky to go for. Oh, Enrage on first slot. That is exactly what we need. Couldn't have been more perfect than that. So we'll go for our Devour right here. I want to try devouring the... Oh, I just realized something, though. This doesn't mean to Devour. So I'm actually going to do it right here. And we do get a Devour, and it creates a Doomstorm. So good. One less thing to have to deal with. We'll go and take ourselves the... We don't have Explosion yet. We have it right there, but it's not extra turn. I guess we just go for mana and try for an extra turn off the top. Didn't get it. At least we have full mana. I guess we clear out the board again since... Oh, no, we have it. Finally, we won. And Enrage, one nice thing about Enrage as well, in that case, which I also forgot to mention, but Enrage hits through traits as well. So you may have noticed we actually killed him, even though he had 75% resistance. But that's because Enrage makes you... does it actually show what it is on this card? Okay, apparently not. But Enrage makes you do 1.5 times skull damage, but on top of that, it also ignores your traits. So his 65% reduction would mean nothing if he was enraged. And of course, the Gorgulfa 75% just meant nothing, which is why we actually had enough damage to go and kill it right there, which is quite convenient. And that's coming from his final trait, where he enrages a random ally. Very rarely would it hit the one we need, but when it does, it's going to be pretty useful. Oops, I could have just won on the previous battle. I forgot, this is Guild Wars. We need to not waste turns. I could have gotten, like, ever so slightly more points that way. But, oh well, that's not that big a deal. Wow, that is strong. Brown Day might be the easiest day to win now. Though it could easily backfire, of course. But as long as you have, like, Gorgulfa plus Glaceon up front, that is a lot of skull reduction. 75% into 65%. So even if it does backfire, they should hopefully live. But, yeah, pretty interesting. Brown Day just got a lot more fun, that's for sure. Brown Day for the longest time has been pretty boring, because, or at least the safe team I used to use was pretty boring. But now we have something really fun to use for it. And we'll see exactly how consistent that is. That could have just been above average, so I'm pretty sure most of the battles are going to go like this. It isn't much different than what we normally use, except it's a lot slower of a start, but once it gets going, it's essentially the same team that we've always been using. If anything, it's actually stronger once it gets going. It just, of course, takes longer due to not having Apothecary or another similar mana generator on our team. Also, taking greens and blues are basically pointless when we're using this composition. Normally, that would be very useful because we need it to go fill up our Apothecary, but it's pretty much pointless taking this mana directly. The only things we should directly be taking the mana of is mainly just Gorgulfa, and if we had to, taking red for that guy, and that's about it. Taking mana on anything other than those two is pretty pointless. I guess purple's okay to do, so we'll go for that, but still. Not the best thing to be taken from this board. We'll go give him a skull. There's barely anything, so that's actually really good if we keep giving him skulls. We'll take that over just to guarantee that we get the full. I also wanted him to get enraged. Unfortunately, he didn't, but we can still work with that. So, alignment. Do we have it? The answer looks like a no, so we'll just go try for a Devour here. What's the biggest threat? I guess we'll try devouring the... I wish I could try devouring both of those. I guess we'll go for the hero. Okay, I didn't get it, but I killed his first slot. So, if nothing else, we're at least making some progress in that regard. We'll, oh, we got alignment. Oops, I almost didn't even take it. So go grab that. Throw it down again, and I believe that's match. Wow. I wonder if you could, like, 3-turn with this team in Guild Wars. Pretty sure you could. Really curious what the score is going to be for this. Ooh, here we go. Forest Troll and next Queen Map Kraken. One of the harder ones. I'm actually going to do something weird. I'm moving this thing in last slot. The main reason for this is, well, for one, it doesn't really even matter what those two. It just matters that Gorgolfa's there and Glaceon is there. The other two don't really matter what their order is. But I want to move it down here because he has immune to Devour, and he doesn't have any stun. So we're actually going to be immune to Kraken's 35% Devour thingy. So we'll do that out of safety, because knowing us, he will hit a 100% Devour chance every single time. So we might as well put something there that has immune. So yeah, we'll just go with that. And is there anything else I need to change around? That is about it. We'll keep it as is. And if we're going to lose to anything, this is probably what we're going to lose to. It's still excessively annoying. And of course, this is why I use as one of my defense. I forget what day we use it on. I just showed it earlier. I forget what it is off the top of my head, though. But we'll go take all that down. Decent mana start. Could be a little bit better, though, but at least we're getting there. We'll go take a brown to a yellow. Ideally, I don't want to ruin our yellow in a way that he's just going to take it away. So we'll take this brown first, I guess. He'll do whatever there. And now we just need to yellow surge. If we don't yellow surge, we actually don't have a +1 for it, so it will not give us full mana. Oh, of course. I had to say that. Okay, this is actually really bad. I'm going to take a blue here just because he's going to spawn a bunch of blues. I just said how bad taking blues is, but I kind of have to in this instance because he's going to drain my Gorgolfa. Or he's going to drain something else. Weird. That's actually good for us, though, that he didn't drain that. So we'll go for that. It does barely any damage, but I wanted to get full mana. That hits us really hard. Takes out a lot of our score. Because, of course, we need to do more damage than him. But as long as we have alignment here, we should be okay. Ooh. We have alignment right there, but we don't have him with the full mana yet. So we'll go for that. And now we should be good to go. As long as he doesn't kill us here. Oh, also, that's another issue, too. We don't have Apothecary for cleanse, so he's freezing us pretty hard. As long as Gorgolfa stays cleansed, we should be fine, though. So right here, I think I'm going to go for the double Devour right there. Take away one of his damage sources. Ideally, though, of course, we'll try devouring that one as the main thing we really need. Surprised with all the blues creating that we don't have alignment with either of them. Or am I just missing it? Nope, we seriously do not have alignment with either, despite him constantly creating so many blues. So we'll try for the Devour and hope we get lucky. Ah, we didn't get either. That's also one of the reasons why I generally never use that troop. Okay, this is starting to get very dangerous. I might just have to throw this down and just hope for the best. Yep, that's pretty much what's going to happen here. So we'll go do that. And we did get a summon there. He's getting way too much damage on us, though. So far, so bad. We don't have a mana generator there anymore. He's completely blocking all my mana. So at this point, we're really just going to have to keep poking around and try getting our one more Doomskull cast out. So he still has his Drain. That is, of course, also going to be pretty bad. Nothing I can really do to stop that. I guess we'll take a blue into a blue extra turn if we could randomly get it off the thing. He is frozen, but that is all the mana we need. Okay, we don't get it. He goes for a drain on, I believe, something that just has 0 mana because it didn't even create a single blue onto the board. That's a little odd. But I guess we'll go for the brown, get the blue from the Cascade, and go from there. Get a little bit of yellow, too, which we don't use anymore. We could go for Blue Surge, could start going back into his full mana. We'll get this thing up, though it won't be enough to actually kill anything. I almost feel like just doing this. How much damage is that? We could actually just do that, kill that out. What's the boost ratio on? Purr and Rage. So if I can get an extra turn by the time I reach that point, we'd be good to go. Problem is I need that extra turn or it won't be enough to kill. Perfect. Extra turn into blue. We're not frozen anymore. That 1 in Rage is now enough to go kill that. And hopefully we get side devoured. So we should be able to win this, though this was a really shaky battle this time. So we'll go put that in there. 0 devours again. I remember why I never use this in Guild Wars. Every time you need him to devour, he has a 0% chance of devouring, pretty much. Or at least how it feels. I remember now. Okay, we'll go and... I don't want to take that purple because it gives him a skull. So we'll go take it for ourselves. And, ooh, that gives him blue extra turn. I actually don't want to do that now. We'll just let him have that skull, I guess. We'll go move a yellow or something. It still gives us blue extra turn, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it does. It's not going to interfere with anything there. So I'm going to take this useless yellow. Oh, you know what? I could actually take this blue. That doesn't interfere with anything either. At least that way we still get mana. So we'll grab all that. That's the move I didn't want to give to him for that reason. That just occurred right there. And now we win. Well, very shaky start, but that should be match right there. Take that. And one more hit will do it. And that is overkill. There we go. Well, that could have gone a lot better. Also, you saw he was entangled. Obviously, entangle means nothing. It's one of the things that is really bad about Doomskulls from a balance perspective The biggest counter to it, which is reducing the troop to 0 mana / or entangling it, it doesn't do anything. Doomskulls hit so hard that it doesn't even matter at all. Okay. Well, off this board, what do we need? Probably brown to... I wish brown to brown. I don't see anywhere where we could 100% do that, though. We could try doing it over here. And could get lucky. Could just do it for the guarantee green. But I think I'm just going to try getting lucky off it. So we'll do that. Didn't get it. He'll take all that. Ooh, that Scion hit. Still very annoying. We'll go grab that. The mana off of it means nothing, though, so he just gets a Scion. No way we could go take that skull. Maybe he'll go take the blue, though, and be kind to us. Otherwise, we'll just take that over. Ooh, never mind. Or we'll get it off the top. That works. There goes a rag. Ooh, he extra turned it, and he's going to get to drain, and he has famine, and we're dead. Well, that's not good. Yeah, Doomskulls is quite a... makes Guild Wars definitely quite a bit different, that's for sure. Because out of nowhere, you could just have that gigantic thing happen, and it could either backfire or help you a lot. Normally backfire, though. So we'll go take that. Okay, so that famine was pretty inconsequential, though. He has a lot of things to still throw at us. So we'll take another skull here. That will at least kill the Scion, so worst comes to worst, we don't have to deal with that anymore. He'd even go for the Doomskull. That's also helpful, though we're def marked on our 2 most important troops. So that's not going to be helpful. We are enraged, so this is a lot of damage, so we'll do that for an 82. Really big hit. Unfortunately, he's about to hit us back with a billion other hits. He leaves us a pretty free board, though, with a lot of stuff on it. I guess we'll go for one of the other Doomskulls here. Which way do we take it? We have a lot of different things all over the place here. It's probably some kind of really weird cascade I could do, based on what's left. Should have read chat. Wait, what did I miss on chat? Also, hello, Ravage Gaming and Painting and Psy and Vinked and Mass and Oscar and Sizamon. Welcome all. Yes, the less turns you do, the more points you get. And that counts extra turns. So every extra turn you do still counts as turns. But the quicker you win it, the more points you get turn-wise. Wait until you face Scion. I know Doomskulls with Scion seems to be really annoying. Good thing I set one of my defend teams to that. Hello, Lexia. Against Scion, use Diviner. I was considering putting a Diviner into the team. Wouldn't it die too quickly in first slot, though? But I guess we could go down that route. Just to make sure that we don't lose our mana to it. I don't feel like that's as big of a problem, though. It's more so us getting hit by the damage than anything. Which is why I want to have the skull protection there. Okay, so right here, we have plenty of enough damage to kill him. Really, the only way we lose this battle is if we die to Deathmark. Or that, or die to Doomskull spam. This guy actually does have immune to Deathmark, so that's actually somewhat helpful. He's about to famine us, so you know what? We actually do still have a pretty decent chance of losing. Depends what Doomskulls did want to do. Oh, thank you, Doomskulls. You actually helped us. So we'll go for this red right here just to make sure we get full mana. Right into that. And that is match. That is match, right? No. That is not. How much damage is that? Yes it is. Let's count this up. We have 46... Let's see, 46 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 20... it's 25 plus that is 71. We have 71 damage. That is not enough to win. So we need to go and pass our turn by doing something. But yeah, 71 damage is not 79, so that will not be close enough. Let's go move that down, I guess. And now that's enough damage. And down it goes. Oh, very shaky battle again, but it went okay. It definitely could have gone a lot worse, but don't want to be losing that many troops if we could help it. Let's go do it one more time. I do like doing the same team for all 5 for when we're actually testing a new one, just to see what it actually scores. So if nothing else, at least we'll get a pretty good representation of what this thing would normally score. If it's over 9,200, I'm actually perfectly happy with whatever the score is, because that's what my other team used to generally score, and this is definitely a lot more fun than it, though I guess it does have a higher lose rate, but it could also have a lot higher score if it gets luckier. But definitely seems like something I'll be using into the next week. Their battles are going pretty quick, too. This team does win at a pretty decent speed. Of course, not with without the mana generators. It's quite a bit slower, but still not horrible. So we'll go move this over. If we can get full mana on these other guys, we should be able to get all of our abilities down. So first things first, we're actually going to take that. Trying to get something to align here. I don't have a drop here somehow. None of these 3 can actually do it unless we had a peasant. Come on, the mighty peasant. Every time I need you, you're nowhere to be found on my team. Let's see. I guess we just go Golfa, get a new board, and go from there. So we'll do that. Clear the board. Got Doomskulls it. No extra turn, though. End your turn, please. Ow, that's gonna... Oh, wow. That hurt. Well, luckily that wasn't too important to our team, but still, wow, that was a big hit. But we'll go do this. He has 80% reduction, but... oh! You don't have full mana. Oops. I was getting ready to, like, cast right into him. It's like, whoop. Not quite full mana yet, are you? Oh, there goes the order. He's now in first. I guess that's not horrible, but a little bit of a weird spot to have him in. So what do we need here? Brown Surge is +2. That's 3. That's 6. That's enough mana. So I need it to Surge right now. Then we throw the ability, and then we should be good. He's going to get quite a bit of mana there, which I think I'm just going to let him have. And we did Surge, and he does indeed go for it, but it still stays there if he does an extra turn. And please stop your turn. Thank you. And now we should be good to go. There we go. Okay, and we'll get that down again. Yeah, we lost one almost on every single battle. I guess that's kind of to be expected with that many Doomskulls on the board. But, there we go. Now, here's the final moment of truth. What did we actually score? If I had to guess, I'm leaning actually towards 9,100. But I'm definitely hoping it's better. Ooh. That is surprisingly high. Given that we almost lost 2 battles. And the third battle, we took way too much damage. Plus, we lost a troop. I guess because we're winning so much quicker due to Doomskulls, that it's actually not hurting our score as much. Because, of course, that is a factor. But, yeah, not too bad. 9,408. That's actually really solid. Anything above 9,300 is really solid. So, we'll be keeping this team. Seems a bit risky, but I think it's worth it overall. Pretty much what we're already using a lot in PvP as well. And similar teams. And there's a lot of revamps we could do to it. We could add Diviner, we could add Corvash, we could add Sylvania Mora. We could replace Gorgolfa with Cockatrice if you don't have it, or even if we felt like we needed the Entangle more than we needed Gorgolfa's reduction, and stuff like that. I do feel like Gorgolfa would be better, though, because you need to explode the Doomskulls, not just hit them. But that's also why Sylvania Mora is pretty decent, since you can hit a few of them and then just explode everywhere. You use Honor, Glaceon, King Blood, and Soothsayer. Soothsayer? Haven't seen that for ages, but I guess it's a pretty quick start. Interesting. Would be a pretty nice tank. Didn't think about using Honor, because Honor does get a lot of stats. 10 to all stats plus 50% reduction. So that does have quite a bit of potential, too. Curious if you didn't have Yasmin or Queen Aurora, what would you build for Guild War Invasion? For what day? For Green Day, I assume. I didn't think I've seen other green teams you use. Well, you could basically just build the entire thing around Dark Maiden. You basically just do Dark Maiden into Web Spinner Loop, assuming they don't have freeze. So you just put you either put the Web Spinner in first slot or into a safer spot, depending on how you want to play it. And then you just use Dark Maiden to either heal it or keep generating it mana. You keep converting all the yellows into green, and then just put 2 other supporting troops onto the team. Ideally, you would have 2 damage sources. Generally, if I am doing 2 damage sources, I use a Yasmin. But of course, if you don't have Yasmin, you could either go like a second Web Spinner, you could go a Kraken, you could go just a 3rd support troop and just hope your your spider doesn't die and stuff like that. Also, 4 times KrissTigger as well as double giant spider, double Kraken is also pretty solid for Green Day. While I haven't used them much these days, they are pretty effective. I probably you haven't seen me use them for several months now, but both of them are still pretty decent at winning. I just haven't really been using them as of lately. It's kind of weird, but yeah, you can legitimately win with 4 times KrissTigger, and you get no penalty for that. It doesn't matter if you repeat troops in Guild Wars. It only matters if you repeat troops in Guild War Defense. But in Guild War Invasions, you could use literally the same team for, or you know, literally the same troop, I mean, for all 4 of them. And for this, you can't, but for the actual attacks, you can. So, like, 4 times KrissTigger for Green Day is a legitimate team that you can use. While it's obviously not the best thing you can use if you truly had nothing else, that is something that could work. That and Giant Spider Double Kraken. It's 2 of the slightly cheaper, really good ones that use no mythics at all. Also, this does count as PvP, oddly enough, doing Guild Wars, so we actually got the reward from that. And a bunch of PvP tiers as well. And there we go. Let's see. King Bloodhammer hits first, 29. Let's see. Wait, what? I don't understand what you mean by that. Yeah, I have no clue what you mean by that. But you can use Highforge to half mana the Bloodhammer and then get a quick Bloodhammer going. I've done that some in PvP. I didn't really care for it, though, which is why I didn't bother bringing it into Guild Wars, but we might try it on one of the weeks. The biggest issue with Guild Wars these days is you only get to try them once every 3 weeks, which is a little bit annoying. It's not like before where you could try a new team like every week and just kind of see what's good. Now, the meta will change by the time you even test like 2 or 3 teams. Because by the time, let's say, we have 3 Guild Wars, it's going to be 2.5 months. There's probably going to be another version by then. And who knows, what's good then could be completely different than now. So that's the only really, really annoying part about Guild Wars these days. Is you have no way to preemptively test it. Unless you had another like maxed out account that has everything, then you could, because you could just do the battles on that and then do it on your real account. But very few people, if anyone, really has 2 maxed out accounts. I don't even have 2 maxed out accounts. I have several accounts that have quite a bit of stuff on them. Not anywhere near this though. But I don't have a single other account that has anywhere near like full completionists. But it is nice getting back into Guild Wars. I do feel like that is one nice thing that these other 2 game modes did do. It makes you appreciate Guild Wars a lot more. Compared to how bad raid bosses and invasions are, it makes Guild Wars that much more fun. Anyways, that's that. What place are we even in right now? Probably pretty low, I would assume. Let's see. We're actually in Bracket 3, by the way. This is also our first week on Bracket 3 ever, because we had some people missing, so we did go down. Hopefully we'll get back to number 1. We are still missing several of our battles, so we'll have to see. And of course, I believe the person we're up against right now, the guild, we're ahead of them. We're same number of battles, but 5,000 ahead, so that's pretty nice. Actually, more like 5,500. But yeah, if we can keep that up, we should be good to go. I don't know if they've used all their battles yet. I would assume they still have a few left. But we're only like 1 or 2 people doing their battles away from taking first right now in this bracket. So hopefully we'll be able to get back in. That is the goal. Want to at least stay in bracket 2 if nothing else, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, what would you recommend as a world breaker team? Depends. Do you have everything to use with it? I generally use it with dragon teams. I currently don't have a dragon hero class set. Actually, wait, it's not the priest week anymore. I can actually go change my hero class. So, I guess I'll go change it to a dragon right now. There's nothing specific I need to do this week, right? This week is, wrong screen. This week is dwarves and Zolkarm, or whatever that thing is called. So neither of those are relevant. Let's just go change our hero to Dragon Guard, and I'll go show the team. Dragon Guard, change for free. Don't do it again, or else we waste 50 gems. And let's go into, not there. Actually, while we're here, I should probably go do dungeons, but let me go do the team that you mentioned. Or a, not the team you mentioned, but, you know, the team. Do a dragon team with the thing, the World Breaker. So this is what I normally use for it. It's Mountain Crusher, Dragon Soul, World Breaker, and Glitter Claw if you want it to win quicker. And if you want it to farm souls, you replace Glitter Claw with a Fair Shra. Obviously, that's not 4 times dragons, but it doesn't have to be 4 times dragons. But yeah, World Breaker, really good with dragon teams, obviously. Really good with just as a mana generator. Only real big downside of him, despite how high impact everything he has is he is tied at the highest mana cost in the game with a 32 mana cost, which is obviously very, very high. But once you get him going, it's you barely even notice how high his mana cost is. It's just the initial grind, getting it up is the hard part. But once it gets up, you pretty much just auto-win. So ideally here, we'll class Glitter Claw into an extra turn. If we don't have it, we just keep clearing the board until we have that alignment. And this green that it does will generate right back into it. And once again, we do not have it, so we'll just go for another World Breaker. And we just keep repeating that until we win. And of course, once we get this thing down for a free turn, we start doing 50% more damage, assuming they can be Fairy Fired. Also, Dragon Soul gives you passive souls too. And like I mentioned, you can increase that even more by using a Fair Shra in last slot. That is pretty much how the team plays out. Oops, I should have done Dragon Soul there. Could have gotten a little bit extra souls. But yeah, that's pretty much the team in a nutshell. You can also use Gorgolfa first slot if you don't want to use the hero class. Or any other mana generator. Doesn't necessarily have to be a Mountain Crusher as a dragon. You can pretty much use anything there that generates decent mana while still tanking for your team. What's also nice about this class is that it's the only hero class that has skull reduction. While it's not particularly high, it's only 40% reduction. That's still more than any other hero class, so it has that going for it too. So while it's not like a really heavy one, like a Glaceon or a Gorgolfa, it's still at least some amount. And we'll get another Dragon Soul here. We actually finally have a Glitter Claw. What this does is fill him to full mana, and then you start doing 50% additional damage. And then it goes down really quick. Just throw a Dragon Soul, get our mana right back up. Yeah, it's a good way to passively farm souls in PvP. Works out nicely. I personally don't use it too much anymore, but if I was to soul farm in PvP, this would be the exact team I would use. That or with a Fair Shra, of course. Probably with a Fair Shra. Glitter Claw is helpful, and it helps you win quite a bit quicker. But you would gain more souls per hour using a fair straw there. Okay, right off the bat, take a bunch of reds. Almost full mana Dragon Soul. Grab that. First turn Dragon Soul, very nice. And it'll just clear out the board. Oh, if only he had full mana right now, that'd be very useful. I guess we'll just take a purple. Grab that, get a Dragon Soul down, go from there. Do we have Glitter Claw? No, we do not. Well, we have his mana, we don't have his alignment. And we still don't have it, though I'm tempted just to go for it regardless, because we have an extra turn chance right there if it gets dropped to green, and it does, perfect. So I dropped the green I needed. Now they're Fairy Fired, we get all the mana we need, just throw that down. Ideally, we would extra turn that. Ideally, we'd also have a Glitter Claw alignment, neither of them happens, so we'll just throw a Dragon Soul. And that's matched, because we do 20 full AoE since we have 4 dragons. Yeah, that's pretty much what you do for that, if you were to use a World Breaker. Can you win 10 3-trophy battles in 15 minutes? I believe so. I don't normally time it that often these days, but I believe that is possible with the new Glaceon team thingy. It also depends what we're up against. If we're up against like the meta for 15 times in a row, then maybe not. But if we're up against, let's say, some Fire Bombs and some other weak teams here or there, then probably very easily we could. Dragotard or Dragon Soul, Christinex, and Sylvania Mora, or Word Breaker. Yeah, that would end up working out pretty well as well. Let's see. Also, hello, Ellen, so welcome. And hello, Tuck. What other things I missed back here? What would you recommend as a... Oh, never mind, I already answered that. Let's see... Yep, friendly reminder to go do dungeons. Yeah, I do need to make sure I go do it. I just wanted to go do that one question first. Actually, let me go do that now. Then maybe we'll go time the PvP thing that was just mentioned. Alright, we'll go claim that, and let's go do dungeons real quick, just so we don't forget. And as I mentioned, I'm not throwing the 50 gems down anymore for that, just so we save 300 gems per week, so we could use it for other stuff. And of course, I'm just going to run Sunbird, Ruane, Double Firebomb for this. There's a few other things we could use, I just prefer using this. Get that down. Get down again. It misses every Doomskull on the board, good job. It dodges perfectly around each one of them, even though there was reds within range. And down it goes in one shot, or at least one shot of the split damage. Obviously not one shot. That'd be funny if a Firebomb could win the battle in one cast. It's like, here's an empowered ability that automatically allows you to win the game. Okay, we'll go and throw that down. Dust Devil actually used to be like that when it used to have magic. Casting it twice was enough to wipe some teams because of how much damage you could do relative to their stats. That's not possible anymore, though, because they made it a static amount of damage. It's why he does so little damage, by the way. Because in the past, he used to just be able to destroy the entire enemy team with no effort. Okay, we'll go and I guess we'll take a purple. Grab that. Sunbird. Barely any damage, but still enough to kill it. And on to the final one. Also, that reminds me, I never tried doing soul farming in that one kingdom ever since we had the higher attack. We've been needing the higher attack, I believe, to do it on Warlord 3 difficulty. But now we finally have it, so I might go head over there. There's a few other kingdoms that we could do it to, too, that I might want to look into. But yeah, a little bit of extra attack actually does help us quite a bit. I haven't seen it coming into play much in most battles. But of course, the more skull-related stuff there is within the battle, the more value you'll end up getting from having slightly higher attack. But yeah, that was introduced on Monday, or at least it technically was introduced on last Friday, but it was mainly introduced on Monday just because no one realistically, I believe 0 people had it prior to then, because you would have had to spend a lot of resources to have had it earlier than that. Oops, I almost just clicked 50. It's just such a habit of mine to go for it every single day. But nope, not today. Not ever again, because we already have enough pet food pretty much. Anyway, and even if we don't, we can just go farm it. It's pretty easy to do. Whereas diamonds, we still can't farm, so I'm still doing it on Sundays, but no other day. Am I throwing down the 50 pack? There's something I was about to go check. There's something related to the attack thingy. But yeah, we ended up getting the higher attack. Of course, that became possible with the... technically, we had 8 troops on Friday, but of course, the 9th troop made it very easy to go get 9 stars, so yeah. Now we have it. I mean 9 stars, I mean 5 stars for that extra attack, and now we have 2 extra attack. Of course, if you wanted to get 1 extra attack, you can easily buy it with like 120,000 gold or something. Pretty easy to get. How do you farm pet food? You have to find a pet every single hour and then kill that pet every single hour, or rescue it, I should say. Don't kill the pets, no! But yeah, you need to rescue the pet. Basically, just have your guild farm pet gnomes, and then every single time you guys have one active, you just go and do the little event thing, And then once you claim it, you get a bunch of pet food, a bunch of pets, and sometimes a little bit of those little resources. So it's not really worth buying any of the 6-colored jewels anymore, due to the fact that you basically get all of them during pet battles. Still worth buying diamonds, though, because you need diamonds for legends and mythics, whereas you do not actually get diamonds during pet rescues, whereas the other colors you do. But yeah. Also, guarantee pet, by the way, too, in 6 hours, 23 minutes. All of tomorrow will be one single pet rescue, and it's going to be for the new little Oreo? I'm just calling him Oreo. But the new Oreo cookie. If you want the Oreo cookie, it will be available in 6 hours and 23 minutes. And that's actually a pretty good one, too. I don't believe Green Guild War Day has even occurred yet, or it won't by then. So you'll actually be able to pick it up before Green Guild Wars if you have 0 copies of it. Yeah, it's not coming in until the Saturday. So even if you don't have it, you'll be able to have it before Green Guild War, which is kind of cool. It ends up giving you additional HP. Basically does exactly what the Rock did for today. It'll basically double the amount of HP you gain. Instead of gaining 4 additional HP on Green Guild War Day, you'll be getting 8 additional HP, or even higher if you bother to level it, of course. You finally rescued Pikachu? Which one is Pikachu? Wait, which one of these looks like Pikachu? None of them look like Pikachu. Let me see. I don't know. Which one of these looks like Pikachu? I don't recall any of them looking like Pikachu. None of them. Unless I'm missing something here. But I have it showing all, so. Yeah, none of them even look slightly close. Unless you mean the little lucky guy. It's about the closest you can get. None of these look like a rat. Let alone a yellow rat. Yeah, I don't know which one you'd be referring to with that. Anyways. What was I doing? Oh yeah, let's go test the PvP thingy and see if we can actually win that many times in that amount of time. That many times in that amount of time. Okay, let me go clear out this team. I was just using it for the thing. Let's go put a, I wonder if I should go the empowered version of this, if we're going to try going for super quick. Let's see. Apothecary, this. Do we replace Gorgolfa? I think we do. Let's go try, where's Highforge? There we go. Let's go try this. Yeah, let's give this a shot. It's a lot riskier, but I think it does go quicker. And what aren't we using now? Yellow. Does the minus yellow banner actually help us? Let's see. Well, we could get her up and, like, instantly. I'd rather have plus... Oh! Oh, but then we don't have a +1 for her. Wow. Okay, I finally found a use for this banner. I finally found a use for it. This is actually the first time I'm using the banner since its release. Yeah, let's go test this. Oops, I forgot to start the timer. Well, let me go and start that up 1 second. I could always time it via YouTube, but I do want to get the little timer up. It's not going to show up on stream. I really should have it like that, where it does show up on this stream. There's a lot of weird things going on with this stream setup compared to the other one that makes things not work properly. But, yeah, 1 second. Okay, there we go. We got our timer up, so no, don't update. It's working perfectly fine. So let's start the timer. I'll wait it out like a second or two since we went through the loading screen, and now we'll begin. Okay, so we'll take that, get the Apothecary, go from there. Wow, he just got a lot going. Whoa, he triggered the Doomskull immediately. You're not supposed to do that. What are you doing? Well then, that sets me back a little. That's not what's supposed to happen. Well then. Go grab that. Pretty much already dead. Please leave it there. Don't go for it. Perfect. Oh, you silenced though. Why? Okay, we'll go take that. Take a Doomskull. Dead. Okay, let's try that again and not get trolled by an Elspeth. And that battle took 40 seconds. Though obviously wasn't really that big of a battle. It was 4 Elspeths. Let's see how it does against 4 times goblins. Come on, we need a red or brown off the bat. Preferably a brown surge. Exactly what we need. Then we just throw this down. And hopefully it doesn't backfire. Perfect. And then we throw that into that. And dead. There we go. 2 in 1 minute and 10 seconds. Yeah, I believe we could do, oh, yeah, I need to keep track of how many we won. How many did you say? 10? Yeah, you wanted to see how quickly we could do 10 battles. So let's go see how that goes. Also, hello, Market Punk. Welcome. Or Market Punk. Whatever that was. I can't even say easy names correctly. Okay, we'll go and get that done. It's a big hit in there. Any alignments? No? Yes. Good, he got full mana. Grab that in there. And oops, we already won. I was about to go try casting again. 3 in under 2 minutes. Not too bad. We're actually getting under 1 minute per win. I didn't even realize that these kind of teams are that quick because I haven't been bothering to time them. Take the brown. Oh, we did surge, but I gave him all that red. That's a little bad, but we do have alignment. Oh, whoa, whoa, wrong one. I always use them in the other order, so I was thinking it was the other way around. Fail. My bad. We'll go take that. I tried using it as if it was his ability, not the other one. Okay, we'll go and nothing good to convert out here. I don't want to have to convert out blue. I'm actually just going to take the red then. It also denies us slightly because it just took away the mana I needed from its alignment. So that doesn't quite work out. Now does it? Okay, we'll go and I guess let's take a random move. This board isn't really working out too well at the moment. Apothecary, come on, do something good. Well, we need to go get something up to actually go and get this thing functioning. And no alignment? Kind of. We'll go for this and just see what happens. He dies is what happens, apparently. Not that good. We'll go take all that. And this one's a lot slower, that's for sure. Luckily, we still have that, and that should be enough to kill. Or not. What's with the Doomstorm not being Doomstormy? We'll go and... oh, hello, extra turn I didn't take. Luckily, that's still enough damage, so I guess it doesn't matter. Well, that definitely slowed us down, and that's what, our 4th win now? Yeah, that should be our 4th. I'll go grab this. Okay, take that. Get our Apothecary down, throw it down to green. Move that one. Oh, I should have taken the brown for that. Take that one. Let's see. Nothing worth going for. Oh, yes, we do. I don't want to take this browns yet. We'll go grab that. Now we go for this one. And that should pretty much be it. We'll just throw that in there. Should get the Cascade, and down it goes. That brings it to 5. And... sure, we'll go up against this. Might as well do it against the hard ones, too. But yeah, I'm just trying to time this real quick, which is why I might not be able to see chat at the moment. Alright, we're gonna move that. But I guess we'll just do it for... Well, I guess we kind of already know. We did 5 in about 4 minutes. So that means we could easily do 10 in 8 minutes or so. Or more so 9. So to answer the question on it... Oh, wait, the timer is there now. Duh. I forgot I did add the little thingy for it. Yay! But yeah, let's just stop trying to time it then. But yeah, we know that we could easily do it in 10 minutes then. Basically. And that'll be the verdict on that. Anyways, let me go read through chat now that I can see it. And don't need to focus as much. How do you feel about Divine Death Team? It's the Unbreakable guy, Infernus, Ketris, the Bull, and Ishbala. I'm not too huge a fan of using the Unbreakable guy in first slot. Mainly because I feel like he just blocks all the mana for too long. The only time I ever bother really using him is with Courage and Honor and stuff like that actually get the boost ratio off his ability. The Blue Guild War Defend Team failed. It got 1 win and 8 defeats. Really? You're on console, right? Which is why you were able to test it. Interesting. I still want to see how it pans out. But a lot of teams do seem to have around that win rate from what I could tell. Like that really, really low win rate kind of thing going on. It's mainly because everyone in the later brackets are so good. Because everyone pretty much just late has every troop in the game. So whatever counter they need for anything they have to use. Alright, so we'll go get that kill. Hopefully we have alignment here, and we do, and that's match. And then we just kill with that. And that is that. Let's see. Can I show your PvP teams? What do you mean by that? We show PvP teams literally every day. That's basically what we do for more than half of every stream. But if you wanted anything in specific that you needed, let me know. Because even right now, what we're using is PvP team. We're trying to use a rush version of the one we were using earlier. So far, it's going okay. I don't care for it as much, even if it goes quicker. Doesn't seem as relaxing. It's always like on edge because you're using such a big troop in first slot like that. And I took it that way just so we could get the chain reaction of all of them. Go grab that. Should hopefully have a Glaceon here, and that's match. Your summon means nothing. And down it goes. With the way overkill. The newer answering. Wait, what am I not answering? Asked like 4 times. Really annoying to help. Wait, what were you asking? Let's see. But yeah, we always show PvP teams the entire time. Let's see. You need to ask me 5 times before I answer. I'm normally pretty good about not missing that many. But it does happen because of all the chat that comes through. Okay, we'll go move that one over. Let's see, what else do we need here? We'll go and take ourselves for full apothecary. Go move that into the blue. Get the apothecary down. And then just throw it out into the green. Let's see. We'll go and get our explosion and all that. That should chain react into almost the entire board. And then we just need to get the last little bit of our mana. So we'll go grab that. Take our... what else do we need? We'll go move that one over. Take our blue explosion. And we should be good to go from there. So we'll just go grab that. And that should pretty much... Oh, why do you have to take that out? Okay, he has Gorgulfa and all that. Yeah, I think I'm going to retire this back into the normal team. Just so we don't instantly lose the thing. I'd rather go slightly slower than have this happen sometimes. Let's see, we'll go into... nothing good to convert out. I don't want to get rid of red. Definitely don't want to do that. I'd rather get rid of blue before I get rid of red, given that we lost the other guy already. And now we just throw this down and hope we don't get complete nothingness, which pretty much happens. He gets a famine, and then that dies, and that's actually a match right there. There's no point to play it out once we lose the first two. So yeah, we're just going to keep it as normal, I guess, and move it back to the Gorgulfa version. So go with that. Gorgulfa, where'd you go? Gorgulfa, move that there, and move the banner back to, I guess, either the brown-green or the +2 brown with the minus purple thing. But I'll just go with that for now. And back we go. Oh, he wanted me to bring my Guild War things? Oh, I didn't even see him mention that. He was just mentioning my attack teams, and then he said PvP teams. Yeah, I can go show all 6 of my things real quick. I don't see why not. Though I'm pretty sure he's far gone by now, but I'm pretty sure other people would be interested. I showed it the other day on the previous stream. We'll go do it again. Also, some of them I'm still revamping. I sometimes change them the day of, before I even do the battle, because I just like messing around with something new each time if we can, if it actually works. And of course this week we have a lot more to deal with, like Doomskulls and stuff, so we might have to revamp some of our old ones that I've been using consistently. Alright, we'll go and throw that in there. And that's pretty much that. Should be dead. Do we have a blue thing here? No, we do not. Do we have the other one? Close enough. No, never mind. We'll move that first. And then we go for that, since it aligns it. And that should be match. And down it goes. Yeah, the Doomskulls are really overpowered. Hey, we got the Sting, or whatever his name is. I call him the Sting. The little Manticup thing. The one with the little scorpion tail. The cute little guy. Anyways, let me go over those teams real quick. But yeah, this is what I currently have set up as my 6 teams. My red day is Infinite Element Grim Loop. This case with a... actually, not Infinite Element Grim Loop. Sorry, wrong day. This is fill up in Furnace into Spam Queen Titania. The Element Grim is mainly just as a backup kind of thing. I might need to reconsider this if someone runs Doomskulls, because this would actually be excessively weak against Doomskulls. As far as my blue team, this one would be fine against Doomskulls. It could be leaved exactly as is. It's Forest Troll Azura, hero with the Dawnbringer, as well as a KrissTigger, and I use this with the Titan hero class, because using that gives half mana to your weapon as well as to your Forest Troll, and then you just spam the Forest Troll into your KrissTigger, get the board control for that, keep throwing Azura down, and Dawnbringer to keep your team protected and just to keep killing them. Guild War Yellow, I'm going to be keeping as is. It's just a standard Divine team. Gorgulfa, Divine, Spotlight, Furnace, Queen Aurora. You could easily replace out the Queen Aurora for something like a Grapple Pod or something. And Furnace, however, not really much of a replacement for that, as these are a really good damage source and really good with Divine Ishbala. I guess technically you could also go with a Forest Guardian Ishbala combo. I'm not too huge a fan of that team, but I do know that quite a few people do use it. Divine Ishbala plus the beast I just said, the Forest Guardian. It's a pretty decent combo. They tend to spam back into each other quite often. Maybe I'll try it again just to see what it scores. Forget if I actually tried it in Guild Wars yet. I know I've done it in PvP several times, but I don't know. I personally never really cared for the combo, even though it is pretty strong. Brown Day, we of course use what we used earlier today, which was basically this team, except with a Doomclaw. And if you don't have Doomclaw, you could either use something anymore, or you could use Corvash, or you could use any summoner that's brown-blue or brown green. You could also use a King Highforge summoner in last slot to give your King Bloodhammer half mana in order to get his ability up quicker, which is also a possible option. And other than that, back to the troops. Well, the ones that I missed, but down to brown. Guild War Purple, I tend to just use Infinite Elemagrim loop with just a Elemagrim into Infernus, Umbral Wolf for the Perpetual Purple Storm, and then you just keep spamming Elemagrim for 12 purple each time, and the Hellcats to get you started quickly. And that's one of the easiest Guild War days, assuming they don't have freeze. And Guild War Green, I've been revamping a lot. This isn't actually what I use. Normally I use the this green loop one, the Forest Guardian, Yasmin Chosen, Glitterclaw, Queen Aurora. I might be completely revamping into something else due to the whole Doomskull thing. But then again, this does have Entangled, I guess, to counter Doomskull. It only reduces some of it, but still, it's going to help out quite a bit if we can actually get the Entangle on them, assuming it would actually get on them. But yeah, that's everything that I use for all the Guild War days, or at least currently anyways. And I have been revamping them here and there and doing little tweaks to them. Let's see. You have enough to craft Champion of Anu, Guard's Avatar, or you can grind for souls for Dawnbringer. I would go and grind the souls for Dawnbringer instead. But as far as which one of those two is better, I'd probably say Guard's Avatar. There's more, well, I wouldn't say more uses for it, but the uses that he gets used in are a lot stronger than what an Anu does. Anu is easily replaceable, whereas Guard's Avatar does do some unique things that aren't really replaceable, like being able to silence all daemons while simultaneously doing really high damage output. It's also one of the few troops in the game that can win in a single cast by wiping out the entire enemy team simultaneously. And I actually still use it to this day against 4 times, what's it called? 4 times Drake Rider. It seems like a really weird thing to use it for, like just that one purpose. But the main reason for this is I use it with a stun team with Corvash. Keep throwing honors down, and then the honor just makes it so you one-shot with Guard's Avatar. And basically you only have to one-cycle the team, even though it has a 100% chance to revive. You stun them all out and easily just one-shot it, which works out quite nicely. But there's a few other things you could use it for too. Basically, if you needed like a one-shot to the enemy team is the instances where you would go and throw it down. But yeah, there's very few instances where you actually bother with them. It's basically just against daemons, against really annoying traits, and that's about it. Or if you specifically need the one-shot for whatever reason. How does the AI handle it on defense? Doomskulls, it pretty much goes for whatever skull it feels like, and if it gets lucky, it gets lucky. But yeah, the interaction with it taking Doomskulls seems to be about the same way as it taking Skulls. It actually does not prioritize Doomskulls for whatever reason. I don't know why that is the case, but yeah, they just don't prioritize it. It's really weird. Maybe they'll fix that in the future. But like, let's say there's a 3-pair, and you could take it, the AI could either take it so it hits 3 skulls, or it hits 2 skulls and a Doomskull. It will normally just randomly take either or. It seems to not really prioritize taking the Doomskull specifically, because I've seen it many times go for the 3 skull instead of the Doomskull related 3, which just seems a little odd. But yeah, it doesn't seem to have any priority for it. It just kind of considers it as a normal skull, from what I can tell. Let's see. But yeah, if anyone else still has any other questions, let me know and we'll make sure to go over it all. Can't seem to win against 2 Sirens. Nyx. Oh yeah, Nyx is really annoying in any kind of team. With 2 Dwarven Gates, Valkyrie, and Tesla. Let's see. What are you in? The pet battles? You're up against 2 Sirens, Nyx, and King Salinas. That should be okay to end up taking out. I guess it's creating too many blues and then spamming the thing on you too much. But, yeah, it should be pretty straightforward for the most part. I guess try going and maybe replacing out one of the Dwarven Gates for a mana drain so that you can drain the Nyx. Because I believe that's the biggest issue that you're having, is with the Nyx basically extra turning every time and denying out your mana. But if you restart enough times, assuming it's a pet battle, no, it is a pet battle. All you have to do is just keep restarting until you get full mana on your Valkyrie. Just keep restarting until you see a 5 times red or a 5 times yellow, or even just a 4 times that happens to cascade into 1, either or. But just keep restarting until you get that. Might take several resets, but just keep doing that. Get your Valkyrie down, throw it down immediately, double Dwarven Gate, Tesla, and you'll be good. You might end up getting a Nyx in there, 1 Nyx, but One other thing that you could try doing for that is when you know the Nyx is about to get full mana, let's say it's like 11 out of 14, instead of like casting one of your Dwarven Gates or something, go and just use your moves to take away a blue, or a couple pairs of blue if you can, and that might make it so it has a lower chance of extra turning on you. And you'd probably still have full mana on something else, since you'll be, if you take any blue, you're filling something on your team. So it can't drain everything simultaneously. How many levels troops to raise a kingdom to 5 stars do you need? 8. 8 is the minimum that you need within the kingdom to do it, though for 8 you would need to have literally every single one up fully maxed out. But if you have 9, it becomes quite a bit easier. But yeah, 8 is technically the minimum for it, but again, it does require all 8 being fully maxed out, as in level 20, fully ascended, and all traits. Realistically, most people wait till 9 because it's way cheaper doing it till with only 9. Because with 9, I don't know what the base value is that you would really need, but because you're getting a whole extra troops worth of points, it makes it so you need each one specifically less upgraded. For example, we've overshot it like crazy with 9 by having these upgrades on our troops. Let me see. For the most recent kingdom, we're like 185 points overshot or something. Oops, I'm going all the way down. I keep forgetting. I keep looking down to Z because it's like zoom, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's a Z, but I keep forgetting the first part. But yeah, we only have an ultra rare here and several epics as far as their rarity that they're upgraded to. Several legends, and none of them are upgraded in mythic. Yet we were still able to go and get it to 9 star. Of course, what's actually pushing it over quite a bit is we did fully trade all of them. This could be a little bit harder to do earlier on in the game. Getting them all leveled to whatever their base rarity is definitely pretty easy though, and that alone is almost enough to max it out. But the traits is where we were able to cover the rest of them. And since most late game people have more traits than they know what to do with, it's pretty easy to get that going. Of course, you could spend the time to go and trait stone them, farm them, but that doesn't normally take too long. If you had enough time, you could get every single trait that you needed to fully trait everything in this kingdom in one day. The hardest two, of course, would be to fully trait the King Bloodhammer and the Glaceon. The Ice Troll, you can easily just buy him because he's available through Glory, so you can get two. You basically get each of his Arcane Trait Stones for only 200 Glory, so that's ridiculously cheap to obtain. And the only other one that might be slightly annoying is the Brown-Green, to go get her fully traded. But yeah, Brown-Green, Brown-Purple, and Brown-Red are the only 3 you would really need to go and farm out. And the best locations to do that would be Zacian for Brown-Green, Urskea for Brown-Red, and I guess Darkstone for Brown-Purple. Of course, you could technically do Zark Zoom, but most of these troops have 10 to 20% bonus this week. Like if we go under them, he has 10%. He has, okay, this is a bad example. Oh yeah, and he has 20%. But yeah, normally a good majority of those will have bonus this week because it is the event for it. But yeah, again, that's, if you need those trait stones, what did I just say? It is, Brown-Red is in Urskea. The Brown-Green is in Zacian. And Brown-Purple would be best in Darkstone, even though it's available in other locations. Why don't you show your Divine Def team? It works well with it to show the team off. Sure, which one were you referring to? I can go definitely do it. So let me know what it is again. Speaking non-Doom, the AI always takes all 4 matches, but will often miss a suggestion of 4 times when it's your turn. Really? I noticed that it sometimes just like randomly stops taking extra turns, which I always found really odd. Like it'll go take a bunch of extra turns and then just out of nowhere it's like, okay, let me go stop and just cast my ability, which just seems strange. Do you recommend crafting the Imp in Soulforge this week? No, it's not worth it. Well, then again, isn't that the Entangle one? Still don't think it's worth it though, but I believe it's Spring Imp if I'm not mistaken. I guess if you had literally no other option for Entangle, it could be okay due to all the Doomskulls that are around right now. But yeah, Entangle's all enemies when you cast it for 12 mana cost, which isn't too bad, but you have to waste your entire turn. It doesn't automatically gain an extra turn. It's not something that's really good, but if you had truly no other option, I guess it could work. Though then again, if you had truly no other option, you could also just use the Leshy, which is a common, which would be way cheaper than bothering to go out of your way to craft this. Generally, Spring Imp is only obtained for completionists that are trying to get every troop in the game. So yeah, I wouldn't really bother with it on Spring Imp personally. It seems like a waste of diamonds to me, for the most part. But if you truly needed it, then I guess it's okay. Or if you're getting it for collection purposes, but I would suggest against it. Though, of course, it is 1 to 6 imps. The imps are actually slightly harder to get because they're only available during certain seasons. I believe right now the summer imp is available. Let me see. The winter imp is December and January. Imp of Love is February, March. Spring imp is April and May. Oh, never mind. Spring imp's actually in the drop table right now for keys. So, yeah, you could even just find it in keys if you're doing more key openings sometime within the next like 2 weeks. But starting next month, it'll be the Summer Imp. But yeah, I guess it's okay to worth considering, but I would not advise it overall. It's probably not worth it. It's only worth it if you truly needed the Entangle. And you had no other options like Sylvanie Moore or Leshy, or just didn't want to use anything else other than her. Let's see. Oh, congratulations, Bacon. Yeah, it's a pretty general strategy that you can do for basically every pet battle, as well as dungeons in general. Is you just keep repicking until you have a 5 times that feeds your mana generator, and then you just go crazy with that and then win the battle. It's one of the easier ways that you can win it. And it also works really well if you're running some kind of empowered that needs a specific alignment on the board, like a Soothsayer or a Mercy or something like that, where you basically just keep waiting out the board until you get it, then you just use their empowered ability to get you the win pretty much immediately. Hello, Medieval! Welcome. Unbreakable Guy, Infernus, Catchers. Oh, I didn't realize you wanted me to try that team. Yeah, whenever you guys mention a team, let me know if you actually want me to try it or not. I don't know if you guys are just sometimes mentioning teams, or if you're mentioning it to someone else, or what it may be. But yeah. Anyways, why is everyone using 4 times? There's no real teams up at the moment. Okay, let me just go clear through this real quick, then I'll go do your team. Okay, what do we have to move around? I guess we'll go take a yellow. Okay, we'll take that down. And that actually blocked me from being able to take yellow now. I'll fail. Oh well, doesn't matter. As long as I keep stalling turns, we'll auto win. Or that works too. And that works too. Wow. 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 That was like an excess of 400 to 500 damage. Well then. Anyways, let me go do your team. Wait, am I actually up against your... That's pretty funny. I think I'm almost up against your team, except it's slightly different. He's using a Voice of Orpheus version of it. And rename this to Suggested Teams. And yeah, let's go into those 4. So, what was it again? It was Unbreakable. It was Infernus. Ketris and Ishbala. Oh, I've done this before, haven't I? Ketris and Ishbala. I think my biggest thing for why I didn't like it was Stonehammer. As it tends to be the case. And Ishbala. But at least with him having a half mana start should be fine. Because we actually had a half mana start and everything. It is 4 times Divine. Oh, no, it isn't. Yes, it is. Never mind. So we are getting the full bonus from that as well. For the really high durability. Making him even more unbreakable. Okay, and banner... Was no banner suggested? So I guess we'll go with a... I assume all in on Infernus would be okay. What's your convert again? The yellow. So we could even go double yellow if we really wanted to, but I would prefer going all into Infernus. So I'm actually just going to go like a double red or something. Or you know what? Oh no, but you create brown. I was going to say a +2 red, +1 yellow, -1 brown. I guess that's not horrible. I don't really want to minus my brown though. If we're going to cast him at all, then that wouldn't be worth it. Minus purple into that wouldn't be horrible either. I guess I'm just going to go double red or something. We'll go with that. Why don't I like Stonehammer? I don't know. I never really cared for him. There's a few troops out there that I just have like a vendetta against for no reason almost. That I just don't really care for using. And he is one of them. My biggest fault with him is whenever he misses, he just seems so boring because he takes forever to recover from his ability. Because once you cast him, he's blocking you for 24 mana. And while there are other mythics that do that too, very few of them actually get ran specifically in first slot. Normally they're more like a second or third slot kind of troop. Whereas if you miss with this, like right there, you just wasted 24 mana and got nothing out of it. We didn't get a single hit of mana, and now he's just blocking everything. And that's why I absolutely hate about him. Because now we need to go take like 1.5 billion turns just to go, and we have to waste about 5 turns now just to rebuild. Okay, he'll go do the exact same thing. Like, that's what I hate about him. He completely misses, gains 0 mana for your team, and then is blocking you for 24 on half the colors. He is the highest reduction in the game, though. He is 80% score reduction, so pretty decent against the Doomskull mechanics. That's about one of the only really good thing he has going for him. That and his traits, I guess. Because, of course, he does have the Fortitude as well, which gives him immune to stun, so you can't even stun it out. At least with a Gorgolfa, if you really wanted to, you could stun it. Okay, I'm just going to not cast his ability, I think, and just leave him there. And just let him kind of sit there and do nothing. Because that seems like a better use of him. So we'll go and move that over, throw the Infernus down. No, I do not recommend wasting 4,000 gems on the Stonehammer. Unless you need him for collection purposes. He's would be one of the last things I would bother crafting if I was to try crafting everything in the game. Okay, now we'll go try for this. Hopefully he hits. There we go. He finally hit. And then we go for Infernus and kill it out. Put it overkill. Yeah, it's still a good team. It's just not my kind of preference for how I like to play. But it still works out decently. Can people stop? What's with poor people using 4 times Elspeth all of a sudden? I know this used to be a thing. When did this become a thing? I guess because of Doomskull mechanic? Because it instant kills, but so does Firebomb. Yeah, does anyone know why people started using this? Or are we just happen to be finding like the same 2 people over and over again? It might be. I just wasn't paying attention to the name specifically. Did we go for Doomskull? I guess we try for it right here. And do something like that. Didn't get it though. But we got all of our mana that we pretty much needed. Go grab that. All the mana we need now. Gotta Gorgolfa down and go from there. Do I hate on Corvash the same? Oh no, I love using Corvash. I hate that they nerfed him though. I really don't feel like he needed that nerf that they did ages ago. At the time, I think a lot of people did want him nerfed, but I don't know. I never really understood that nerf really. He ended up getting instead of he used to have stone skin instead of armored, and he used to have slightly higher damage and a 1 lower mana cost, if I'm not mistaken. But it was only 14 mana cost, and I believe he had like 1 or 2 higher damage before. There's something pretty small difference. But the main 2 things was he doesn't have stone skin anymore, and he doesn't have 1 lower mana cost, meaning you can't easily +1/+1 him. He is very commonly used with a Valkyrie with like a +1 brown yellow or +1 brown red to be able to go and get all the mana you needed. Last week event was killing blue troops in PvP, so that was why people set it. Oh, okay, I see. So people still have it set. Okay, that makes sense. That's where all the Elspeths are coming from. Why did I not see it that much this week then? That's kind of odd. I'm starting to see it like crazy this week, yet last week I don't think I recall seeing it like a single time. Maybe we did see it a couple times, but it wasn't really that common. It's weird how the matchmaking works sometimes. The matchmaking does reset every Monday, by the way, which might be why we're seeing so many different people that are now using it again. Well then, well I guess we'll go throw that in there. But yeah, when do you guys think the Doomskull nerf is coming? It's I don't know. It's oh wait, why do I still have a timer going? Hold up, that timer is why do I even still have that up? Has that been there? How long has that been there for? Well, apparently 5 minutes and something, but why is this thing still up? I was only timing that for something earlier on. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Whoops. Wait, why is it not closing? Come on, close. 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 There we go. Anyways. Let's see. You're looking for something to go with Gorgolfa and Hellcat for Yellow Day without Infernus or Dawnbringer. Let's see. I almost said Chegra, but that probably wouldn't work in that context. I'm trying to think of what you could put into that's really good. Queen Titania would probably work. Oh, wait. No, never mind. Yellow Day. My bad. Probably Goblin Rocket then. Goblin Rocket into one other damage source would probably work out best. Because you can keep spamming into infinite amount of manas that way. And it's ridiculously cheap, so you should have it. Other options could be something like a Garuda and keep casting it over and over again. Or, pretty sure you don't have it, but a Famine could end up working. And then just doing one other assisting troop that's using red. And I guess you technically could use the new Bloodhammer if you really wanted to. Pretty good damage. And of course he's in the event key drop people, so easily enough to obtain. You have the Gorgolfa there anyways to go tank. He's not as effective with reds though, because he doesn't actually convert anything with the reds. But he of course does need the mana to keep himself casting. This one would of course gain more benefit from the reds, but unfortunately he's not a yellow. Oops, I thought that was an extra turn. Fail. Not that big a deal, though. One more hit will do it. And that's... Oh, no, never mind. He ruined my alignment, but then he also brought it back. And that's match. Yeah, if you can fit Doomskulls into your Guild War team, I actually would highly suggest it. It seems pretty high impact. Of course, it could backfire, but more often than not, under human control, you should have a better chance than the AI at being able to utilize it. Though, of course, it could just completely backfire, unluckily, but you could also help you, assist you, luckily, if it just randomly cascades into a bunch of Doomskulls over and over again. But yeah, red damage source for Yellow Day. Let's see. So, there's Guard's Avatar, but too risky, plus you probably don't have. There's Goblin Rocket, which is the cheapest thing, and probably the one I would advise the most. There's Garuda, but it's legendary, but still really nice if you have it. There's Infernus, but you said you didn't have it. There's King Silenus, so you'd probably want to have another Wild Folk if you're even going to bother with it, plus it's not as good as other options. There's Pengalong, which is extremely cheap to get, but definitely not the best of options. You'd rather be using a Garuda at that point. Garuda is quite a bit more damage, plus it keeps stacking damage over time. What other ones are there? There's... Did I just miss one? No. Let's see. Lion Prince you use in some instances, though not in Guild Wars. It's way too weak for that. Sir Gawain is good, but he's no damage, but he's a really good summoner. One of the best that you could use on a red or yellow day. There's Traxxas. You can get brown alignment that feeds back into your Gorgolfa, and then your Gorgolfa can feed back into it, and then just keep going from there. It also makes it so you technically don't have to cover blue if you don't want, since you can convert it out. There's Roadbreaker, but you probably don't have that, and that's all of them. So yeah, that basically brings it down to Traxxas, Goblin Rocket, or Garuda as pretty much your options there. Would probably work out best, assuming you don't have any of the bigger options. Let's see. Is there a good team to build around Bloodhammer with Glaceon? Yes, pretty much every team. It's what we've been using for PvP most of the time. It's the Gorgolfa, Gorgolfa, Glaceon, Apothecary, King Highforge. Unless I misread your question. Or did you mean for specific color day? Oh, well, you just ran it today for Brown Day, with the change being replaced out Apothecary, of course, with a brown troop. Oh, without. Is there a good team to build around Bloodhammer? Oh, without. Yeah, pretty much anything that could get a quick kill, especially if you're running like a Highforge with him. I guess you could go with the, let's see. Did I make one of these earlier? I'm trying to think of what I ended up using for, because I know it worked out decently. Highforge. This is why I need to go make the video for it already. King... Oh, that's not the one I need. I need a Bloodhammer. Get a Bloodhammer. Get a... Do I go down the Gorgolfa route? The biggest issue here is we need one really quick kill. If we use Apothecary, what is the other thing we need to make that work? Apothecary, and then we're just missing the... Because we got half mana off that too, because she does count as a dwarf. We might as well just go 4 times dwarf at this point. Or maybe not for our first slot, but we need a yellow, purple. Oh, we could use the new troll, actually. That wouldn't be horrible. It's not that good of a first slot, though, especially if you don't have it upgraded. Oops, I'm under the wrong category right now. Yellow, purple. Oh, no, I'm on the right category. It's just there's several mythics that showed up in the screen. First slot, yellow, purples. Why are there so few of them? Pretty much none are actually viable for that. Is there a dwarf of this color? I'm pretty sure there isn't. No, there's no dwarf of this color, unfortunately. Ancient Golem would pretty much be our best bet, which isn't even that good, but it would be board control and it does explode the thing. So you know what? I am actually going to go for that. It's cheap enough anyways, just ultra rare guy that's in currently in the event key drop table, legend, and then Highforge, which is a pretty core troop for a lot of stuff anyways. So off the bat, we'll just go for a banner that goes all into him. This makes it so we can't go into Apothecary, but it does allow us to... Oh wait, never mind, I don't need that one. I thought it did something else. Wait, what banner is that? A +2 brown, +1 red. Oh yeah, that was the minus purple. Yeah, that's the one I need. So we'll go for... Oh wait. There's not a +2 brown... Yes, there is. There's this one. That's the one I was thinking of. Where to go? The Kraken banner. So we'll go for that, get our +1 blue, get our double brown that we need. It minuses Ancient Golem, but he's mainly just there to tank. So this should work. This is no mythic, plus it's just around this guy. It's relatively cheap other than the Highforge. Highforge is to give half mana to all of our troops right there. So right off the bat, we'll go for a brown, get him the full mana. Ideally, we'd have alignment right now, but of course we don't. Maybe he'll give it to us. Nope, not quite. So we'll want to go get Apothecary now. Gonna ignore the Skull. This thing has 50% score reduction, so we keep tanking with it. It also creates a Dust Storm, though. That's gonna be... Oops, why did I do that? That's pretty irrelevant, especially if you have him up. Also, he just one-shot my thing. Good job. Well then, let's try this again. That was gonna happen pretty much regardless. But yeah, he just one-shot at King Zelenus. That's not good. Yeah, Catcher's still pretty amazing. It hasn't really changed. Even though I do prefer using Infernus just because in most instances it's quicker, but of course you could still easily use it on defend teams. For defend, it doesn't matter as much. Yeah, we'll go do this on the green here, just get all that cascaded. Try for the extra turn, didn't get it, but it gives us all the mana we need. And as long as we have alignment here, it should be good. And we do not. Is there any way I could set this up? None that's an extra turn. We'll move that over. That's still not an extra turn. So I guess we'll just throw a High Forge for now. How do we get so much mana on it so quickly? We'll throw a High Forge for now. That'll kill that out. And we still do not have alignment. That is definitely not helping the cause, so we'll go move that down. Gonna have to Apothecary away something that we don't need on this board, like that. And now we can finally get it going. That took long enough. We'll get our Red Storm in a second. Or not a Red Storm, our Doomstorm. So Apothecary would be really nice here just so we could collapse some of this, but we don't currently have it. So we'll just go kill that out. Get our Doomstorm going. And should be good to go from here. We have our alignment. Get that back down. And if we needed to replace that out, we could go summon a Dwarf into first slot. And just keep replacing it out if we needed. But yeah, I think it would work okay. Let's go try it again, as that one was pretty shaky. Are there any plans to make trophies useful? They are completely doing a PvP overhaul later this year, they said. Not sure if they're going to be getting around to it, but it's probably going to be the second to last patch this year, most likely. But yes, they are revamping the whole PvP system and everything. And in doing so, they will most likely be changing the trophy system. One thing that they mentioned a long time in the past, though they never actually ended up adding to the game, was a seasonal system for it, where basically you would go on for 3 months, and you would accumulate trophies during those 3 months. Then whatever guilds had the highest amount of trophies in that time would end up getting rewards based on how many trophies they accumulated. Then all trophies would be wiped, and you would repeat the cycle again, over and over again. But yeah, they never ended up implementing that. Yeah, this is pretty much what the team looks like without the other guy. A little bit harder to get it going, but once it gets going, it still does the same thing. Oh yeah, I still need to go get the pet. I always keep forgetting that. Every single time I see it, I need to make sure I do it immediately. Because I'm really bad about doing on streams, forgetting that they're even there. It happened yesterday with the bunny. I'll go like into a question, then to another question, and then like it'll be an hour later, and it's like, whoops, didn't do the pet. Luckily, the only one I actually missed from doing that was the bunny, but I'm pretty sure I'll miss more in the future. On accident like that. Is there a decent plague team? No, there's no such thing as a decent plague team. They just don't really work that well compared to other options within the game. I would not advise using plague ever. He's way too slow, and the only time you'd actually really use them, I guess, is if you're trying to disable out the enemy team from doing anything. So if you, for whatever reason, just wanted to mess around with it. In most instances, Azura is actually stronger than a plague, though, which may seem kind of odd, but it is the case. But yeah, if you're going to run Plague, I would only advise running it on your defend team in last slot. That's the only time I'd bother running Plague. Also, Plague is pretty much useless if not fully traded. Which also means you have to waste a lot of resources to go fully trade him as well. Which is another bad side to him. Him untraded, you definitely would rather just use Azura. Even Azura untraded is better than Plague untraded. Okay, we'll go and get that down on the brown there. And what else do we need? Yeah, I'm surprised they made Azura so strong in comparison to it. It's the best spam dispel. It's a decent mana generator. And it's the best stat reducing troop in the game. Which used to belong to Plague, but now it belongs to her. The role of doing that. The only thing that he really has going for him is Impervious, and he has the best trait for removing stats, though he does not have the best ability anymore for that. We'll go and get that down. Yeah, Plague is only really good if you're using it on a defend team where you know that the enemy is going to take forever to win. So basically, using it on Guild Wars to try to sabotage their score is about the only case it really comes into play. And that's about it in pretty much every other circumstance. So if you have him fully traded, you could try putting him into, incorporate him into one of your defend teams, but that's about it. It's the only thing you ever use him for, if at all. And I don't even use him for that purpose anymore, because as they keep adding more and more troops to the game, it becomes easier and easier to make Guild War defend teams. So not really as much a need to specifically use a Plague. But yeah, it is possible to reduce stats so low with Plague that the enemy can't even win, depending on what their team is. Because you can reduce them down to 0 attack, plus you could reduce them down to 0 magic. And while they would still be able to do things like Doomskull damage and stuff like that through that, as well as whatever other side effects their ability has, you can take away a good majority of their overall effect. Yeah, Azura is really amazing. She's pretty much the best free Kingdom epic you can get. The only one being slightly better under some circumstances being Rowan. Rowan does way more damage, but she doesn't have any side effects. She loses her turn every time. Very rarely will you see me actually using Rowan. The only time you'll see me using it is on very short battles, because it doesn't matter if she ends her turn automatically if you win by casting her. Because, yeah, that's the only time you really tend to see me really using the one-shot kind of troops. It's the same reason for Guard's Avatar too. If you ever see me using Guard's Avatar, I'm generally running it into a team that instantly kills out the entire opposing team. Mainly because if you don't, you waste a lot of turns, because it wastes its turn every cast it does. And I try staying away from almost every troop that's like that, that end their turn after they do their ability. If they have 0 board control whatsoever and their ability is kind of underwhelming, it has to be a really, really good ability for it to be worth them just ending their turn, due to how many troops have the capability of maintaining their turn. Like, for example, every single troop on our team can maintain their turn. Gorgolfa explodes a bunch of stuff, so we can cascade into extra turns. This thing has a double convert, so we can easily extra turn. This thing has a single convert, so we can easily extra turn, plus it's targetable. And this one has a single convert, so a little bit harder to extra turn, but still very easily possible, and we know exactly when it would occur. But using things that don't have that kind of capability tends to not really be worth it in most situations. For PvP, for Guild Wars, and pretty much every part within the game. The only time it's sometimes okay to use it in is, of course, defending. Okay, and that should pretty much be matched. We'll go throw that into the red. And overkill. Let's see. Where were the announcements from the dev team? Which announcements? Oh, yeah! I never did mention them, did I? Because they were pretty underwhelming announcements. I should have probably mentioned that at the beginning of the stream, but I kind of forgot because they were so ridiculously underwhelming. But they were like hyping it up, and it's like, oh, that's it? But yeah, it was 2 things. They are going to be releasing Gems of War on Amazon, so I believe the Tinder Fire thing, that one thing used for reading books, will now be able to go and play Gems of War. And, oh, what's the other thing? Oh, they're going to be having a pet, a community pet thing, kind of like how they allowed the community to build a troop, and they ended up doing a lot of polls and stuff for that. They're going to be doing the same thing for a pet. So basically, they're going to be running like a bunch of feedback things, and we'll be able to go and give like feedback as to what we want as a pet, and then it's going to be voted on, and then whatever one ends up getting the most votes across all their platforms will basically become a pet that they'll give for free to everyone in the game. It's going to be fully cosmetic, but yeah, they're going to be taking basically design a pet instead of a design a troop thing. The one that came from the designer troop, as I mentioned earlier, is the Shocktopus. That one was created by the community, by a bunch of people voting, and same thing is going to be happening to the pet, so we'll see what happens with that. Not even remotely sure what will happen, because this one's basically completely cosmetic, so you don't have to worry about abilities or anything. So yeah, it's going to be strange, because a lot of people are going to ask for a lot of different things. That is for sure. So we'll see what comes out of it. Yeah, that's it. That's all what the announcements were. Let's see. Go take that one. Move that one up. And get our... Oh, I don't have his mana. I was about to go cast him. It's like, wait, I don't have enough mana. What? Oh. Nope. Nopey, nope, nope. When will I get my character? I have no clue what's up with that these days. Haven't really been asking about it. I've been talking with Salty behind the scenes about something else recently, so I haven't been bothering bringing up the other thing. But yeah, I'll be looking into it in the near future. Or maybe not near future, but in the future. We'll see what happens with that. Yeah, I'm going to be coordinating more stuff with Salty in the future and some other things, so been chatting with her a bunch with that kind of stuff, so I don't want to keep asking them several different topics at once. We'll go get that down. Get the Gorgolfa, go from there. And move that over. Oh, I should have taken the green. Oh, never mind, that wasn't an extra turn. Okay, good thing I didn't go for it then. That wouldn't have done anything for us. So I'll grab that again, get a Glaceon in there, and that should be match. If he goes down, it would be. Fortunately, he didn't. Need to get that initial kill before we really start getting the storm going. Because we have no storm until then, so we'll go for that. That'll be all the mana we need for him. And no alignment, so it's not worth casting, but we can go for this. Now kill, and now we're ready to go. Doomstorm will just auto-kill it, and there we go. I'm really surprised they added Doomstorm to the game. I thought the other trait was going to be too strong on him. This is like tiers above what the other trait was going to be. I don't know how last minute they actually changed it, because for the longest time, the spoiler thread did not say Doomstorm. It said, create a skull on 4x, 5x matches, a Doomskull. But they ended up replacing it with a Storm, which is way more powerful than what the other one was. Alright, we'll go throw this down on the yellow. Throw this into nothing? No, we have it in the corner. Go grab that. Double check what we have. Clear out the board if we don't have any alignment, but we do, so we'll kill that out. How is he not dead yet? Let's see. Any alignments that are worth going for? Yes, that. How is he still not down yet? Okay, we'll go through an Apothecary, get us our mana back. Hopefully have alignment from there. And yes, we do. Barely. So we'll go grab that. That'll kill that out. And now we just go crazy with the Storm. And throw that one in, and that should be match. What up? Cascades are not being friendly to us right now. Guess we'll go and throw down a chain reaction right over there. Guess we'll just do it off a cast, so we get even more on the board, and down it goes. For the kill. And there we go. And now for the final battle to get our little stinger guy. The little mini mana core thing. I think this guy's bonus is pretty useless, though. It's the Leonis Empire bonus. That would have been useful in the past, but they kept nerfing everything in Leonis Empire. So now it's not useful anymore. They nerfed Corvash. They nerfed Manicore like 3 times. The Manicore at one point was actually the strongest troop in the game, despite being an ultra rare. But they kept nerfing it into Oblivion, and now he's pretty useless. He's a really good cheap Impervious, but that's the only thing he really has going for him these days. You wouldn't really use him in any other context, other than when you're first starting out, if you needed like a okay Impervious troop. What else do we need here? We'll go for the Gorgolfa down there. Yeah, that was a pretty fun triple combo that didn't really last that long, but was still interesting to mess around with. But it was Corvash, Manicore, plus Amira. That's her name, right? Yeah, I believe it was Amira. It was never really like excessively popular, but I always found it to be pretty funny. Generally, what used to be used was double Manicore with Bone Dragon, back when Bone Dragon was the other strongest troop in the entire game for a little bit of time. Actually, for quite a while. Before it was Great Maul, and then they nerfed Great Maul, and then it became Bone Dragon. And then they nerfed Bone Dragon and Manicore, and then it became Courage, and then it became basically Infernus, because for whatever reason they also buffed Infernus around that time. And then that started the whole thing that's still going on now with Infernus being used in pretty much everything, at least later in the game. Not as much these days, because of course, or at least in the last week, couple of days, mainly because now everyone's using Doomskull, because Doomskull is just so much better than everything in the game right now. The Doomstorm and just Doomskulls in general. And you don't even need to do anything. You just like sit back and relax while you just watch every Doomskull hit the board. Can you please click? Oh, I can't wait till they add that. They said that they would consider it, but I wish they would do it already. They need to add hotkeys to the PC version, so you just have to click like QWER on or QWERTY on the keyboard and just have it done that way. It'd make it so much easier. I cannot even count how many times, just in a single stream, I end up misclicking, trying to click it quickly, when you could just click a button to have it done. Whoa, 4 mana cores, that is not too bad, or mana cubs, whatever they're called. That is definitely pretty nice. Not the highest I ever got. I actually got 5 off of one of the times when I did on my other account, though that is the highest, or tied at the highest I've done on this account. I believe that's enough to upgrade him. Oh, come on, that wasn't even enough. I only had 1 copy of him earlier. Well, there we go, we're up to 5. I wouldn't even need to upgrade him. Even if I was to go upgrade it, I wouldn't actually put pet food into him. As far as ones that are worth putting pet food into, there are very few that I'm actually bothering with. Let's see. For blue, it's Krabby only. For green, it's Oreo only. Ever so possibly into the leaflet. I mean, not the leaflet. Never mind. Yeah, just the Oreo only. For red, it is mainly into the magma pillar, though it's also worth putting into Fennekit and the whelp. For yellow, it's pretty much all in on Peace Pigeon and secondary on the Griffling for Guild War Day. For purple, it is pretty much all in on Moon Moon, with secondary going into the Mushroom, and maybe thirdly into the one that gives a Fey bonus. Technically, the Mystic bonus could be good too if Dragon Soul teams ever start making a comeback, like Mystic Dragon Soul teams. Problem with that is you wouldn't be able to put any dragons into it easily. I believe the only other Mystic Dragon is that, what's his name? I forget his name. It's that green-purple guy that converts Brelouse into something. And for browns, it's basically all in on Mimic, and the secondary goes into the Rock for Brown Guild War Day, like we did today. He ends up giving us 5 additional armor. I mean, I keep saying that. 5 additional HP, because he gives an HP bonus when you use 4 brown on your team, which of course is every brown day ever. And tomorrow we'll have a yellow day, which I believe is armor, so we'd end up getting quite a bit of armor. Actually, we're getting quite a bit of bonus. If we go look at our yellow team that we're likely using for tomorrow's Guild War Day, I'll probably revamp this slightly, but assuming that we're using this, we're getting, just from pets alone, not counting anything else, this is more than what we had last Guild War Day. We're having 5 additional armor, or 7 additional armor, and 2 additional HP, compared to what we would normally have, because we're getting 2.25 off the Peace Pigeon, hopefully 2.5 soon, so we get the extra bonus, and we're getting the 2.25 off the Griffling, for a total of 5 armor there, and 2 armor, 2 HP there. And of course, that's a total of 13 armor and 4 HP above what we would normally be. But yeah. Interesting how pets are kind of affecting it. The Doomskulls are definitely affecting it way more than what pets are, that's for sure. But still, highly advised having all 60 pure color pets if you haven't found them. I know you can't like target them down, but the green one is guaranteed tomorrow. So if nothing else, at least you have 1 of the 6. They also said during the previous stream that they're probably going to try doing the guild-related ones a bit more often, so that people that don't currently farm pets a lot will be able to get them, because they do realize how important they are compared to most of the other pets. Yeah, oh, Dragonian Monk is Mystic too. I forgot about that. Okay, so we have 3 Dragon Mystics. Oh, that would be funny. We might need to go do that then. That's all Dragon Claw too. We could do a triple bonus team. I never noticed that. That would be a triple bonus, wouldn't it? Oh, that's funny. Once I have all of them, we'll need to go do that. That is really funny. Could you imagine once we get the Wormling too for a Dragon bonus? Wait, how many bonuses is that? Wow. I think that's 4 bonuses, isn't it? Monk. Hold up. Monk. That one who I forget his name. Let me just go to Dragon Claw. This would be a lot easier. Let's see. Dragon Claw. Asha, that was his name. Asha. Dragon Soul. And there's not another one, is there, unfortunately? Mystic. Let me see. Nope, those are only 3. Oh, if we could get 1 more Mystic into this kingdom, that would be amazing. Look at how many bonuses we have here. Oh, wait, that's not as many. Oh, yeah, that's as many as I thought it was. Wait, is it? 3 unique dragons, 3 unique mystics, 3 unique, yeah, that's how many I thought it was. Yeah, this is the most you can have is 3. So, yeah, we're getting 3 different bonuses. We're getting a magic bonus. We're getting the dragon bonus, which currently doesn't have a pet, though there is one planned eventually. And we're getting the Dragon Claw bonus. So, that would be a lot of bonus if you had all 3 of these pets to go and feed them up with. Of course, the 3rd one doesn't exist yet. It's a Wormling. We already know what it'll look like and everything. He's just not added to the game yet. But, yeah, that could end up being a lot of bonuses. And the team's not too bad either. We would need something like blue related or, I don't know, something to just finish up the synergy. We need like a damage source blue under this kingdom to put it together. A damage source blue that was a dragon mystic. But, yeah, hopefully we'll end up getting it eventually. Don't know if that skips. I just moved them from my team. But, yeah, that'd be pretty cool once that comes in. A lot of bonuses. Very few teams can get triple bonuses like that. And we'd have it at 4 times all if they ever add a 4th. I guess technically you could use your hero, but it only counts as dragon. It doesn't. It would be 4 times. It'd be 4 times, 3 times, 4 times. You would not get the mystic up any higher. but you would get that one and that one if you were to use a hero class instead. Azura isn't. Azura is Mystic, but it's not a dragon, nor is it from the Kingdom. And the hero class is from the Kingdom, and it's a dragon, but it's not a Mystic. It only counts as dragon. But yeah, you can get a 4x, 3x, 4x out of it, which I guess would still work with the hero. So I guess that's the closest you can really get at the moment. Actually, we have the hero class right now, so that would end up being Asha, and like any hero weapon. So just put like any weapon in there. What is it doing? Clear filter. I said clear filter, and just put any weapon in there. Doesn't matter. And yeah, then we could get up to 4x, 3x, 4x. That's as high as we could really get it. Yeah, the dragon one will be really nice. It gives armor, gives magic, and it gives attack. And just having a single one of them gives you a higher attack, higher magic, and a higher armor for that. So that's quite a bit of extra stats that you can get once we finally get the dragon thing. Getting quite a bit of attack too, wow. With the Wormling thing, we'd be up to 11 attack right now as bonus for this team. That's actually really solid. Even right now, we're only getting 10, but still, that's pretty high. Yeah, we're hitting 42, 43. And anything above the 40s is pretty decent. Oh, wow, our hero. Oh, what am I doing? Use hero in first slot. Gosh, just do something like that. Not this exact team, obviously. Or maybe not this exact composition. You'd probably need a different hero weapon. I just put something randomly into the team. But, yeah, it could have potential. It's more of an early game kind of thing if you happen to have found a Dragon Soul, though. More so than anything, but still. Definitely pretty nice. I like how bonuses are actually somewhat more worth going for these days. Because before, they weren't really ever worth going for. But pets have made it so there's such a increase to the stats now that even in late game it might be worth it, because of course late game players are the ones who are actually able to obtain higher copies of these pets, so it's those are the people that tend to never use the bonuses, so now it's slightly more tempting to actually do so. Still not normally worth it in most situations, but if your team's already by default having it in like divine teams and stuff like that, then it just helps. It also helps with Invasion, Guild Wars, and all those other modes. Anyways, can you tell you why Gobchomper devours almost every goblin against weak players but never works against strong ones? It does. It is indeed 50% always. It just doesn't feel like it sometimes. No, but it is indeed 50%. All of the Devourer Giants are 50% chance. When were you starting the redeem code giveaway? The one that I do every single day. We will be starting that in the near future. I'm still talking about stuff with Salty with that and a bunch of other stuff behind the scenes. But, yeah, we'll be starting that hopefully soon. Right now, we're kind of just doing still the normal, the Monday to Friday to Saturday. I might still have one here and there throughout the week. But starting soon, I'll pretty much have one almost every stream, if not every stream. But yeah, that'll be coming soonish. I'll also probably be running the other overlay every single time instead of this smaller one. I'm also going to start running some social media, even though I don't currently do that much right now. I do have like a small Facebook page, but I'll be starting to run a Facebook and Twitter on a regular basis. I haven't really much in the past because it hasn't really been that effective, but I'm talking through some things with them, and they'll be able to help send some traffic my way, which will be quite helpful, of course. When do you know about the next Soulforge troop will be? What do you mean by that? Oh, do you mean like the next weapon or Soulforge thing? We currently have no information on that as far as when that will occur. I would hope next patch, but we'll find out soon. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know when they're going to get around to that. We have no word on that at all, so I wouldn't be able to say one way or another. But I do hope they add another mythic weapon soon, because I'm almost at 1.3 million souls. We're almost there. And even if they were to add it, like, literally, like, right now, we could easily go farm the last little bit of souls. Doesn't take that long. It would take us, like, 3-4 hours. Why do you hold on to gnome keys just for opening a video? Oh, I'm doing it for a video. Though, it's always worth saving it for a gnome event. The best time to ever use vault keys would be during a vault event. And I believe next vault event is 2 weeks from now. Not next Friday, but the following Friday, if I'm not mistaken, will be a vault event. And during that vault event, there's a higher chance that you find vault keys. And it also increases the chance of finding vault keys inside your vault keys. So it's always best to use your vault keys during a vault key event, as there's a slightly higher chance that you would get another vault key back. And out of every reward that you can really get from a normal gnome, a vault key is actually the best possible drop. The best is a vault key. The second best is 3 event keys. The third best is 4 gem keys. And the 5th best is, I don't even know what it would be at that point, but those are the few best that it has, with the vault key of course being the best overall, which is why you want to wait. The vault key drinking game. I know, just say vault key 1,000 times. Let's see. Today you get the last pet. You have all pets. Congratulations. I'm not even on all pets yet. I keep getting repeats over and over and over again. We're currently still at 32 out of 36 because Pretty sure I gotten like the same 3 pets. It's like feels like 9 times in a row now. We just keep getting them. Not the mana core guy, but I keep getting like mini malls. As you can see, we have like 9 copies there. I keep getting the where'd the other one go? I keep getting mini moas, and what was the other one we kept getting? Oh, and we kept getting puppy bots. But yeah. And it doesn't look like I have as many as some of them because I already upgraded them to the next rarity. Of course, they don't show the next rarity unless you actually put the souls or the food into them. And I don't bother feeding them unless I'm going all the way with it. And as I mentioned earlier, there's only certain ones I'm bothering to level. And it's mainly all the Guild War ones and the 2 resource ones. The non-EXP one, but these 2. And of course, any of the slightly better benefits like the Magma Pillar and the Peace Pigeon. Even though I haven't gotten upgraded yet because we haven't got enough copies and stuff like that. You missed short long 4 times now? Oh, wow. I think I've only gotten it twice, but yeah. Yeah, my guild has already gotten every pet. I don't personally have it because I wasn't around when the other ones came. Also, some of them have come like 2 or 3 times now, and I've missed them, unfortunately. But it just happens. Sometimes you're not around. Can't be on forever, that's for sure. But anyways, guys, we've gone on for quite a while now. Oh, Corvash team. Well, I don't want to go show one at the moment because we kind of just already went through everything. But do want to start heading out for the night. But as far as Corvash team, easiest way to build it is Corvash Valkyrie. Just go from there. Corvash Valkyrie. We could even just build a Justice team out of this. I always love you doing that as well. I've never been as big of a fan of doing it in this kind of format, but I know quite a few people do. Not sure how popular it really is these days. Probably not as popular, but still pretty effective team. And you run this just with like standard red yellow. Just get quick Valkyrie. But yeah, Emperor Corvash Valkyrie Justice Queen map. Queen map doesn't need to be fully traded, and ideally Valkyrie as well, so you get the +1 blue. Other than that, works pretty well. Get them powered on this guy. Keep getting your big hits down, keep getting drains. Use your Valkyrie to mana generate everything, just as for skull spam and to get your troops higher. You can also use this on Doomskulls to create some Doomskulls for yourself. And Queen map for the mass freeze to make sure to keep losing your turn, and mana burn for damage. And it works out decently. Not one of the more popular teams these days, but as far as Corvash is concerned, it's still one of the better compositions for him. He's normally used more as a utility troop. In that particular team, he's used more as one of the core troops of the game. But yeah, you can basically use them as a utility in any Gorgoltha Corvash team if you wanted to. Do Gorgoltha Corvash, a mana generator, followed by another damage source. And that would also end up working if you wanted to go down that route. But anyways, guys. Oh, wait, never mind. Do the pets need to be on your shoulder for the Guild Wars? No. You automatically get the effect of all pets constantly. The one that is on your shoulder means absolutely nothing other than just visually showing it off. But yes, all pets are always perpetually active, so don't bother constantly changing your shoulder pet because they're always active. The one that's on your shoulder has no effect on anything other than just visually showing a little cute thing there of which you choose. And of course, I went for the dragon. I actually prefer this dragon compared to the other dragon too. But I don't know, the other dragon looks a little bit weird. It doesn't look as cute either, unfortunately. But anyways, yeah. I'll see you all later. I'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, about 2 hours prior to now at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be going over the next Guild War Day, which I believe is yellow, so we'll be messing around with all that. And other than that, I don't believe anything's happening this Friday, unless I forgot about something. So, yeah, I'll mainly just be messing around with Guild Wars, chilling around with stuff. Probably, of course, messing around with Doomskull teams. I'll have a video coming out in the next few days going over a bunch of various teams for the new team, or for the new guild. I mean, I'll say it right eventually. For the new kingdom, we've already gone over quite a few of them, of course. But I've never really gone and just did a nice little video for them, just exclusively just going over those, just for reference sake into the future. Also, one other thing I want to go do before we do head off, if our guild is right. I don't believe I gave any gold yet, so... Oh, never mind, it's a weird number. But yeah, once my guild fixes that to a nice number, I think we're going to throw down... We'll probably do that next stream. Like 5 legendary tasks all at once. Because I was hoarding gold in case I needed more copies of troops to get the new kingdom stuff. But we already got everything from the new kingdom, so I'm probably going to throw like 5 million gold all at once. And I'll go do that once they clean up that number. It has to be a nice 000 number. But yeah, we'll do that probably at the beginning of next stream, assuming the number is correct. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful week. I'll see y'all later. Thank you all so much for coming down. And if you still have any other questions, just leave it on any of the videos and all that. Goodbye, everyone.